Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. Have you heard of Blue Monday? If you haven't, you'll definitely feel it. Here to turn your Blue Monday into Blue FUNday, my buddy, a local legend and sweetheart. She is, of course, Fiona Forbes, and this is the Forbes Report. So Fiona, as you can see, I am ready for Blue Monday. I'm wearing all blue, except I don't actually know what Blue Monday is. I just know that you were going to tell me about it.
I'm here to tell you about it, and I'm wearing black because I'm in mourning for my holiday credit card bills that are starting to roll in. But that's part of what Blue Monday is.
Okay.
Blue Monday is said to be the most depressing day of the year. It falls on the third Monday in January, and it's based on a few factors. It's usually when our credit cards bills start rolling in from the holidays, and we have to fess up to ourselves or remember what we spent or overspent in some cases.
Right.
We fall off our New Year's resolutions sometimes right around this time of year. We might have made unattainable goals or just gotten lazy like me. And it can, it can lead to some loneliness too, because we had all the fun social celebrations over the whole month, really. And now there's a little bit of loneliness involved because we're not interacting as much. And we've got all this gloomy weather that we have lots of in Vancouver. And it makes us want to book a sunny vacay. And the funny thing is, this whole concept was popularized by a travel agency in the UK in 2005.
Oh, it's a grift. It's a scheme.
Well, it's a great marketing strategy, and I hope you got a raise because we're still talking about it 20 years later. But that's what Blue Monday is. It's just bad timing for all the things.
So this is going to hit us all at once on Monday. But I have to ask, is this year particularly bluer than other years?
Sadly, I think it may be for a lot of Canadians. 1 in 4 Canadians are either stressing or anticipating struggle to pay their bills. A lot of those bills over the holiday kind of thing, like I was just talking about.
And everything costs more as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, over 30% of those people are millennials. Millennials are also holding a majority of debt in Canada, which I didn't know.
We're the bluest.
We're the blue. You sorry,
see.
I'm a baby boomer. You guys finally surpassed the baby boomers, millennials with almost 40% of debt.
Awesome.
And then we've got the cost of living. I don't need to tell people how expensive groceries are, and all those things adding up, including housing expensive. I don't need to tell people Vancouver is one of the most expensive places to live in the world. And when you've got all those expensive groceries and bills going higher and higher, almost 70% of Canadians don't anticipate getting a raise this year. So the numbers aren't really adding up. So
this
sadly,
sounds like a Blue 2025 more than a Blue
But
Monday.
I'm here to put that frown upside down.
Let's turn it into Blue FUNday. What should we do? Can we turn to our celebrity overlords perhaps for some advice?
Yes, we certainly can. We can turn to some of my favorite Vancouver celebrities and basically copy what they love to do in Vancouver to cheer us up. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm planning your perfect Blue Monday day so you
like a celebrity.
You don't have to be blue. Now, I think Seth Rogen still lives in my neighborhood of Kitsilano because I do see him wandering around every now and again, and he does love to wander down to Granville Island. He's a huge fan of Lee's Donuts.
Okay.
He said his parents have been taking there since he was a kid, so he always stops by when he's in town. He's actually featured Lee's Donuts on Granville Island, a couple of food documentary series he's done, so great for local business, so I'm sure Lee's is really happy.
So if you failed going to the gym and you failed that resolution,
Have
just
some
go get
donuts,
a donut.
man.
I get it.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I love it. Okay.
And we're gonna keep on feasting because next up we're gonna be like Ryan Reynolds. Now, Ryan Reynolds, he also lives in my neighborhood.
Oh.
Actually, his mom is my neighbor, so I do see him a lot as well. But his favorite restaurant, and he has said this restaurant in Kerrisdale is his favorite restaurant in the world.
Wow.
And he said that a number of times, is the Humble Minerva's. It's been there since the 70s.
I've been there. It's a great spot.
Fun fact, I had one of my very first dates there when I was in high school. I think we shared Neapolitan ice cream.
Was it with Ryan Reynolds?
I wish. No, it wasn't. But he said when he and his lovely wife, Blake Lively, are in town, they can go up to 3 times a week. So there's a really high chance you might see him there. Blake says that her favorite restaurant in Vancouver is Ask for Luigi. So there's another option for dining for you.
Okay, so we're eating our feelings on Blue Monday to make it Blue FUNday. Love
and
it.
It's so delicious and we feel like a super superstar. And what we're going to do next is we're going to walk it off.
Okay.
We're going to go to the seawall in Stanley Park, and we're just going to go for a stroll. Why? Because Michael Bublé loves to take his wife there. He said it is the best date night in town, and he can afford any date night. And I have to agree, like, you're enjoying the scenery, the ocean, the mountains, the fresh air, and you can talk at the same time and walk off your Minerva's and Lee's Donuts, right?
Did he account for the rain, though?
Well, we'll just ignore that for the sake of Blue Monday for the moment. And we all know that Michael Bublé is the Vancouver Canucks' biggest cheerleader. You often see him in the stands literally leading the cheers. So there might not be a game this Blue Monday, but there happens to be one on Tuesday. What I love to do is buy Canucks tickets in advance. And when the game rolls up, I'm super excited to go. I'm going to one this Saturday. So buy yourself some tickets to a Canucks game. While you're there, you could see Bublé. You could also see Chad from Nickelback, and he's been spotted talking to his BFF, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Now, nobody knows what they were talking about. They could have, although I don't know if the great one would go. They could have been making plans to go to Chad's favorite place, which is the Roxy back bar to do shooters. And, just let off some steam.
Wow.
Why not, right? And when opposing teams do that the night before a game, we call it the Roxy Flu. Canucks fans call it the Roxy Flu. So those opposing teams can keep going the night before games, as far as I'm concerned. But that's to have a little fun. And if you're the kind of person that can jet off for a weekend away, if you take that Monday off work, I have a couple weekend away suggestions for you.
Okay.
To go like a superstar, to where? Ladysmith. We all know that Pamela Anderson, she was born and raised, and she recently moved back, of course, and we all love the new Au Naturel Pam. It all started when she went back home, and she just decided to go back to her roots. Well, you might want to go to her favorite vegan restaurant called Plantitude, and we know she's an animal lover. She loves to go to the local pet store called For Pet's Sake, where the manager says, not surprisingly, Pamela is the nicest person on the planet. And if Ladysmith isn't your jam, go to my favorite place. It's actually, I would say it's one of my favorite places in the entire world, Tofino. Sarah McLachlan loves it there. She even bought a home there, and it's where she loves to go to just decompress with friends and family, and I couldn't agree more. So, I mean, like a superstar, you can turn the frown upside down just by being a tourist in our own city.
I love it. Well, Fiona, thanks so much for the tips, and have a great Blue Monday.
Well, I will now.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Folks, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Mario Canseco, John Valiant, and Fiona Forbes for tonight's show. Also, if you watched last week, I am so sorry that I made that offhand, sarcastic joke about homeowners and property taxes. The property tax increases are the real joke, especially since, generally speaking, services seem to be getting worse. Please continue to send me your thoughts on the program, mo@thisisvancolour.com. Also, please follow me on all the socials. I'm on the Elon app, the Spyware app, and the Safe Space app at VANCOLOUR. We'll be back next week, but until then, be colorful. Peace.